Uber completely ripped off this dishwasher and me, the Uber driver, the other night. Let me explain.
I be well.
Saturday was great for driving. It was a blizzard. It was just after Valentine's Day, and people needed rides to work, to date nights, to get home safely. It was just one of those nights where everything just clicked. Passengers were fun, they were appreciative, and quite frankly, I made some good money.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Best Uber we've had in Syracuse.
Thanks.
Honestly.
Good way to end my night.
But what I wanted to do is go through all of my rides at the end of the night and try to figure out why Uber is charging passengers certain things and giving riders certain fares. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So I'm just diving into it. And one of the things that's really stood out to me is commercial auto insurance. And this particular ride, this dishwasher ride, I picked him up. He's just this hard working dishwasher. We're both basically the same age. He's, got a bunch of kids and he's got grandkids and just a nice guy. And just one of those people that it just stuck with me. One of those stories where the reason why I Uber drive is to help men and women like this. Just heartwarming and the best. And so he was getting off early because the restaurant was slow because of the storm. We had this great conversation, a father, grandfather, just grinding, and I love it. And he's trying to save up to buy a car so he doesn't have to rely on Uber. Because, Ubers aren't cheap. And he knew when he took the job that he was going to have to catch Ubers. So it's just part of the game, and we're all working hard. And he's just making ends meet, doing what he has to do. Now, I'm not saying Uber should give him a discount, some sort of charity, just because he's a dishwasher. But here's what caught my attention. Uber charged him $13 for commercial auto insurance on a 5.5 mile ride. That was like 46% of his $29 fare, just for insurance. And by the way, me, as the Uber driver, he paid $29. I made $9. And I didn't get surge pay. There was no extra incentives for me. Uber's algorithm, for whatever reason, just decided that this particular passenger had to pay more than others on that night. And they still, Uber, even still managed to make a 14% profit on this ride. So I started digging. I looked at all of my trips last night, and I noticed that most of the passengers were charged a flat rate of $2.74 for commercial auto insurance. But then, all of a sudden, there's like this sequence, basically where the price of trips were probably going up, and the commercial insurance went from $2.74 roughly to $12, $13, $15, $16, $19 on trips that were all roughly about the same distance, somewhere between 2 to 5-6 miles. The percentages varied too, but they were significantly higher than usual, and it all seemed very random. And it wasn't just this dishwasher. My last ride of the night, 3 college girls, really nice, had a fun time, probably my most fun of the night. They paid $16 in commercial insurance on a 6.5 mile trip. Their total fare was $45, and I made $12. Uber's profit was $12. And I think I know what's happening. Uber's algorithm isn't just pricing rides based upon demand. It's hiding profits inside commercial auto insurance. Uber can't report that they're profiting more than the drivers are making on a ride-by-ride basis. That would look bad. So instead, they tuck extra profits into auto insurance, taxes and fees, and things that passengers don't question and won't see. Uber's running some sort of reverse auction. They already know what the passenger is willing to pay and what the driver is willing to accept. So they manipulate the difference, hiding money wherever they can without making it look like they're pocketing a bigger cut than the driver. And here's the kicker. If this wasn't just about actual commercial auto insurance costs, it should be like a fixed or predictable amount, right? Instead of fluctuating wildly. This is just not how insurance works. That's how price manipulation works. Okay, so let me give you like an example here. Let's just say that commercial auto insurance is $100 every single month, and that you do 100 rides every single month. So commercial auto insurance would be roughly $1 per trip. And maybe you can adjust it for mileage and stuff like that, but let's just keep it simple for now. the bill becomes $120 and they still only do 100 rides for commercial auto insurance. But then at the end of the month, they need to do what's called like a journal entry or some sort of reconciliation. So they charge the last trip, right, $21 for commercial auto insurance. That's an example. And maybe because Uber's doing millions and millions of rides every single day across countries, whatever, they're doing this reconciliation process live, maybe? I don't know. But here's, what do you think? Is Uber scamming passengers and hiding profits in commercial insurance fees? Is it a smart business move, or is it just straight up unethical? Let me know in the comments. So this has been The Daily Drive. My name is Levi Spires. I'm a Tesla Uber X driver here in Syracuse, New York. I hope you thrive as a driver and as a passenger. I hope you do it in life. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you out there on the road. Bye.
Okay, we made it down that hill. Oof. Oof.